Hello there, my name is Lais Ndongo from Berean Spirit Ministry, and our devotional thought for today is titled Like the Most High. And I want to read the verse where I've drawn my title in the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 12, and it talks about Lucifer, and it says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend unto heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High." And so the devil wanted to glorify himself and be like the Most High. And how did he want to be like the Most High? Or how did he think that he will achieve being like the Most High? This was through ascending and exalting his throne above the stars of God and sitting upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north, ascending above the heights of the clouds. That was his conception of what it means to be like God. Jesus Christ came to this world to show us who God really was. And we saw in our previous devotional thought about truth, as it is in Jesus Christ about God. We read it from the book of John chapter 1 verse 1, which talked about the Word. And it says that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And then verse 14 says that the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. And so John, while writing these words, is looking back to the time when they beheld the glory of God, the glory of God through Jesus Christ, who came to reveal the Father. And actually Jesus Christ tells Philip in John chapter 14 that he who has seen me has seen the Father. And so when we look at Jesus Christ, we get to know of the Father and who God really is. And Jesus Christ came to this world for a purpose. He came to glorify the Father, and we can see what it means like to be like the Most High, what it means to be like God through the life of Jesus Christ. And we read in the book, severally in the Bible, especially in the book of John and in the Gospels of Jesus Christ. For example, in John chapter 2 verse 4, Jesus Christ tells his mother that his hour has not yet come. When his mother tells him to convert water into wine, Jesus Christ tells him that his hour has not yet come. And severally in the book of John, Jesus Christ refers to this hour which he will glorify the Father. But then when we read now in the book of John chapter 13, we read now, it says, "Now before the feast of the Passover, when Jesus knew that his hour was come that he should depart out of this world unto the Father, having loved his own which were in the world, he loved them unto the end." And so we now get to this point, now the hour has come. And what's the context of this verse? This verse happens at the Last Supper, the last meal that Jesus Christ has with his disciples the night before his crucifixion. And this, in the same night, in a prayer that Jesus Christ made to the Father in John chapter 17, he says, "Father, the hour is come, glorify thy Son, that thy Son also may glorify thee." And so something interesting is the hour of the glory of the Son, the hour of Jesus Christ to glorify himself, was the hour that he spent in anguish and the moments he spent at the cross. And so we find a very beautiful contrast of what the devil thought of to be like God, glorifying himself and ascending up. But for Jesus Christ to be like God was descending and being the lowest in service and showing the glory of God by loving service. And that's why we read of a story in Matthew chapter 20, from verse 20, it talks about the mother of Zebedee who came with a request to Jesus Christ. Let me read. "Then came to him the mother of Zebedee's children with her sons, worshipping him and desiring a certain thing of him." Verse 21, "And he said unto her, and Jesus Christ said unto her, What wilt thou? She said unto him, Grant that these my two sons may sit, the one on thy right hand and the other on the left in thy kingdom. And Jesus Christ answers and says, Ye know not what you ask. Are you able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of, and to be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with? And then they said unto him, we are able, because they figured out that he kept on telling them of some suffering he's going to go through. And then they said that they were able, they will prove worthy so that they could sit with him on the right and on the left. Jesus Christ told them that they did not know what they were asking for, because before Jesus Christ, instead of a throne, he saw a cross and two thieves crucified, one on the left and one on the right. And that's what Jesus Christ told them, that they did not know what they were asking of. And the cup that Jesus Christ was to drink was the cup of anguish, the cup of the wrath of God that he drank in Gethsemane. And Jesus Christ tries to show us that the hour of his glory is the hour in which he will serve most. That's why we read in the book of Philippians chapter 2 verse 5, it says, let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus, who, being in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God, or he did not think of it like something to be grasped or something to glory in, to be like God. Verse 7 says, but made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross. God himself, the creator of all the worlds and the universe, became a creature, and he humbled himself to the point of the death of the cross. You see, position in the world is defined in terms of self-aggrandizement and self-pleasure, pleasing yourself and using others to serve you. But then for Jesus Christ, the new law of the kingdom, Jesus Christ does not call us to authority, but he calls us to service. And this is what it means to be like God, to empty yourself of all but love, and to show what the love of God can do in our hearts. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Lewis Ndongo from Berean Spirit Ministry.